The parts have arrived back from the ultrasonic cleaner. The back plate looks pretty good. I'll cut the pieces of wire that's holding the individual pieces together and then put them back into our foam block in the correct orientation. This great wheel here with a piece of wire on it, we'll remember, is the going side great wheel. And the other great wheel here, clip that off, with the count wheel attached, is the strike side one. Undo the wire with my trusty pair of side cutters. So motion works, that's come up rather nicely. Put that on our block. That's the motion works, the minute arbor, the cannon pipe, the hour wheel and the minute wheel. This pile of wheels with the escape well on it obviously is from the going side train. Second wheel, pop that in there. Third wheel, first wheel, second wheel, third wheel, and so you get that out, thank you. The escape wheel is the fourth wheel. Go right at the top of the train there. Right, now the other pile of wheels from the strike side chain, warning wheel with there's pins on it, maintenance cam, 2 pins that activate the strike hammer. Fly, put that up at the top of the line, and the first wheel. That can go there. Now we've got a clip in here that holds the count wheel in place. I'll put that over there. And also the 4 nuts that have come back nice and clean. I'll empty that wire out. And I had a look before, and my new set of mini spanners have arrived, and they're SAE, and this nut here is 9/32 of an inch, and it fits perfectly, so I don't have to modify a metric one. Alright, I'll put them in the dish over there. I have just used a razor blade to sharpen the end of the pegwood, so it's nice and clean now. It will now fit all the bushings. Now we're ready to peg out the bushings on both the plates. So we'll start at the top, spin it round. We'll work our way slowly down the plate in each bushing, periodically checking the end of the pegwood to make sure it's clean and hasn't got any dirt, marks or oil or stain on it. There. The plates come out very nicely out of the ultrasonic cleaner. It's all very clean. Check the other side quickly, they should be all right. A couple of bushings there look like we're going to have to do a little bit of bushing, I think, a little bit of rebushing. That one there is a bit oval, and that one there is a bit suspicious too. Right, other plate, run down it quickly and just see. Nope, still nice and clean. All right, we'll run down the plate, checking each of the bushings as we go. No, very clean. Very pleased with that. Mind you, I put a new batch solution in, so it'd want to be pretty good. The stuff's about 120 bucks for a litre, so you would like to think it'd be good quality. Alright, that's where the hammer goes there, and that is looking pretty good actually. A little bit of a mark on the plate there, but you can't remove that, because if you do, the little bit of lacquer that's still on there from when the movement came out of the factory will be removed, and then the plate will start to tarnish. And having a closer look at these bushings, and I've got a nice round little dentist probe here. I think most of these are way out of whack, and if you notice there, somebody, instead of correctly rebushing, has hit the side of the bush there with a coal punch and moved the bushing slightly to the right by moving some of the material around there. That's a no-no, you don't do that. You do it properly. That one looks alright. That one there looks pretty ghastly. That's even worse. I think there's going to be quite a fair bit of bushing, that's horrible, to do on this plate, and the other one didn't look much chop either, but yeah, I think there's a lot of bushings to be redone on this. Alright, we'll start to check the individual bushes and mark out the ones that need to be redone. I've screwed a set of legs onto the front plate here to support it, because this circular piece of PVC pipe isn't quite the right size and pivots get caught on the edge of it. Alright, as usual, we start off with the great wheel, put it in position. That gives us an alignment, and then the first wheel on the going side slides in there, and that gives us the correct orientation to start off with. Right, I'll move the great wheel, put that over there. Then we'll put the back plate on and start aligning the posts. Now I'll turn the plates up sideways so that we can align the pivot into the bushing here, which is there, and it's slightly proud. In actual fact, it shouldn't be. I'll put a fine file over that in a moment once we come off here, and file that down. It'll only take 3 or 4 stripes. File it down to make sure it's flat. Spins super freely, so let's find out how too freely it spins. What do we got here? Little bit of movement there, not much. Turn it over, and that is quite horrible. I'm quite sure you can see that. I'll do a close-up of that, and then we'll move on to the next wheel. That is what a seriously worn out bushing looks like. Well, you can see how smoothly that pivot bushing combination works. So, as I said, I think we're going to have a reasonable amount, if not all of them, are going to need to be redone, because some of them look really terrible. Right, I'll take this plate off. We'll mark that horrible looking bushing out there with a felt tip pen. A tiny little mark on the side of it, so we know that it has to be done. Then remove the back plate and take the first wheel out. Looks like we've lost a leg. I'll put the leg back on so we have a stable platform to work on. Alright, second wheel. That will go there, I would say. Check the orientation. We can find where it goes. Should go over there. It's got to drop into those. There we go. That's got him. Back plate on. Line the fast slow lever into its hole. Align some posts. I'll put a couple of these posts, hold them in place so they don't let go and the wheels drop out. That's a bit tight, that one. I've got him. Found the start of the thread, that always helps. Right, turn the plates on the side and we can start looking now. Getting some pivots in. That bushing's proud too, like many of them on here. Third wheel's pretty much right. That's... no, it's moved again. All these bushings are proud, and that's why pivots aren't slotting into them, they're jumping out. That's two. And we'll go for the fourth wheel now. And before we start to do some rebushing, I'll very carefully file all those bushings down so that they're flush. I'll spin the movement around and check to see if the wheels spin freely. Nope. Into there. And there we go. Right, put a nut on there. Spin it round. That can obviously go down a bit more. It's a bit... they're alright. Whoop, just moved out. I just moved it out actually while I was spinning it. Aha, try that one. Tighten that nut down a bit. There were three separate problems that were stopping the escape wheel from turning. The first problem was that the ratchet on the great wheel was way too tight. It didn't allow the wheel to turn, so that was the first problem I had to solve. I did that by taking the wheel out